There we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mayor Mike, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here, WSAU, WSAU.com. First off, again, we're going to peel back the curtain behind the scenes, how this stuff works out, how the sausage is made, as you would say in government. Earlier this week, I asked for a visual for this week's episode for No Mo May.
No.
Not only did I get a visual, I got the No Mo May Zoom background.
That's right. We don't mess around here.
When you make the New York Times, you don't mess around with it, right, Mr. Wiza?
Exactly. Yeah, we made No Mo May made the New York Times. So we're just going to add that to the list of things that Stevens Point has hit national attention or even worldwide attention. They picked up a story about our No Mo May. So for those of you who may not know, during the month of May last year, we allowed people to sign up as an exemption to their lawn care in an attempt to promote pollinator habitat. Now, there's some misconceptions about, oh, flowers don't grow in May. It's not about the flowers. It's about the bees emerging after winter and all the other critters that the world kind of depends on. So it's not necessarily about flowers. It's about keeping those hibernation structures in place a little bit longer, giving our pollinators a good start, if you will. It is completely optional, and you can sign up. Well, assuming council approves it this month, you'll be able to sign up beginning August or April 19th. Sign up on the city website at stevenspoint.com/No Mo May, and it'll give you all the details. And you'll get one of these fancy signs that we'll put in your yard. And for the month of May, you will be exempted from all of our existing lawn maintenance ordinances. You won't have to mow. And if you don't feel like doing it for the entire month of May, every little bit helps. So if you want to maybe only cut the front yard, you can do that. Or if you don't want to participate at all, that's up to you. That's one of the cool things about it is if this isn't for you, then don't participate. We're good.
Yeah, absolutely. And for somebody like me, who doesn't really like bees or anything like that, no, I'm not participating in Wausau's. Plus, I like having lawn maintenance. That's part of the fun. That's like 80% of the fun of owning a house for me, because it's
really. I want you to come and take some of my fun. All right, we'll set up a regular schedule. You can come over and do all my yard maintenance.
Sure.
This summer, and it'll be fun for you, right, Tom Sawyer?
Absolutely. It certainly wasn't the amount of money I stuck into my roof here recently, but that I digress. But it's, if you want, maybe even just to have that kind of habitat around you for a while, to see the bees kind of buzzing about and everything waking up. Yeah, it's absolutely a great way for you to, I'll say, connect with nature in the urban setting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And it's just one of the other things. The city has several pollinator gardens that have those wildflowers and things like that some people think No Mo May is about. And we do that throughout the whole year. Some pretty large pollinator gardens that we partnered with other community members and partnered with groups to create. So, we're doing our part as the best we can.
Yeah, there's a few of those in Minneapolis as well. You see them in larger environments too, and other areas. So yeah. One more thing we do want to remind people about regarding No Mo May, though, it is not, still don't mow your grass in June. June 1st hits and you are going to be out and looking, right?
Yeah, that's actually part of the agreement, because this can't go on forever. We do have our ordinances. So we ask that you have your lawn back into compliance. This year, I think it's by June 6th, which is the weekend after May 31st. We've also extended our hours at the drop-off center, so you can take your yard waste there the 31st through the 4th of June, from 1 in the afternoon till I think it's 8 o'clock at night. And we use those grass clippings then to work with area farmers to create compost. So you can do doubly good things. Cutting your grass is also a good thing, and we turn it into usable compost to grow some of your locally sourced foods.
Absolutely. That sounds perfect to me. So yes, No Mo May, go ahead and sign up City council will still have to approve it, as you said, but once that does go through, I'm sure you'll have the call out for people to sign up. And speaking of things that people absolutely love, your your trivia team is getting ready to go. Trivia is coming up here next weekend,
It
correct?
is.
It's
Yeah, this is effectively trivia week here in
yeah,
the city of
trivia
Stevens
week
Point.
in Stevens Point.
Yeah.
First off, before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, what is your prediction? How are your trivia mates going to do this year?
Well, I can guarantee you that we will not take first,
Okay.
but we will not take last. And I will
Gotta watch.
guarantee you 100% that we'll all have fun doing it. That's the
the
beauty of
important part.
trivia.
That's the important part. And you've
Right?
given yourself a wide target to shoot for.
That's right. So the chances of success are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's registration Monday. Registration literally starts today at 90 FM. You can register your team for the world's largest trivia contest, pick up your trivia times. And Friday at 6 o'clock, we'll all gather around the radio again. Just like they did in the 40s, I think.
Exactly.
Except this time, instead of FDR in his fireside chats, we'll be looking for Jim Oliva, John Eckendorf, and their trivia side chats. And we'll be playing the world's largest trivia contest for 54 hours. This is Jim and John's last year of writing. So that's going to be a pretty huge milestone for a lot of people. We were talking about some of this stuff. Over the years, trivia has grown so much due to Jim and John and their commitment. I tell the Chancellor Gibson here, when he first got on, I told him how important it is, because people often talk about that separation of town and gown between the university and
Sure.
the city that university resides in. But I got to tell you, during trivia week and honestly, most of the year, that line gets completely blurred out because there are so many people that rely on the university radio station and make that connection to campus because of trivia that it's irreplaceable as far as I'm concerned. So if you're interested, you can go to WWSP Trivia and sign your team up or stop by the radio station. Heck, you don't even have to be in the area. We've had teams from Italy and Afghanistan, and Scotland has played, Greenland has played. So it's literally a worldwide culture thing now.
Yeah, indeed. And, it's something that even I was at least aware of before I moved here 4 years ago. Did I know how big it was? No, I just knew that UWSP was known for having a trivia contest every year. But this is, I don't even know if you want to call it a giant family reunion, a big get together, because it does kind of seem something more like that. Again, I mentioned you're going on to, what is it, your 40th year?
45 years this will be for me,
45
Michael.
years of playing trivia. I've got coworkers here that are on decades long streaks that may actually be broken this year, but it seems everybody I've met, nobody says, oh, I played 7 years ago, but I missed a couple of years and I come back every now and no. This is, you get in and you're in it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, the Harley riders with their two-finger salute when they're riding down the road. It brings you part of that extended family, right? Around here, it doesn't matter what team you play for. The fact that you play trivia creates a bond, and the camaraderie that's created. I don't care where you are in the country, people bond over this trivia contest, and it creates this giant extended family of 12 to 15,000 people. And every year we get together and throw I guess it'd be a family reunion.
Yeah. I'll allow it. And also you obviously love it too, because it's great for your city. You're going to increase your city's population by a few
50%,
if not 1,000 people. Yeah.
It's funny because, there's been a movie made about it. It's called Trivia Town. If you haven't seen it, Google it, or you can pick it up at the radio station. They have DVD copies.
Sure.
Ken Jennings, the all-time trivia champ on Jeopardy. actually played on our team one year. He came in 2004, I think it was, to visit the contest and see what was going on. And he said it was completely different than anything he's ever known. Jeopardy is really academic trivia knowledge, whereas we're more pop culture. But he said he was so addicted, he would go to his hotel at night and he couldn't turn off the radio and go to sleep because he just kept waiting for the next question. Well, his book Brainiac has an entire chapter, the largest chapter, by the way. It's all about the point contest. We've been on Jay Leno. We've been a question on Jeopardy. Boy, Chase's annual events. I mean, this is a pretty big deal. Picked up by USA Today a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't participated, now's your chance. If you happen to work in one of the retail outlets here in Stevens Point, they all know about it. They all participate. I tell people, even if you don't play, you kind of participate because every billboard is going to have something. Every marquee is going to have something congratulating or welcoming trivia players. We're looking at a potential boost to the economy about over $1.5 million as it relates to the week of trivia, with all the teams coming into town, hotels, gas, food, drinks, and all the other trivia necessities. It's a big deal.
Absolutely. So then, of course, pop culture, you and I, we're on the same wavelength with that. So I had a question I was going to ask you, and it just completely slipped my mind. But maybe we'll get to it later. But
there you go.
Nonetheless,
with trivia coming up this weekend, Easter is only the following weekend.
That is true.
One of the things we've done and kind of tied it into a little bit of trivia is we have an Easter egg scavenger hunt throughout the city in Buchel Park this year. Last year we did it because of COVID. Our parks department got together through some generous donations. We were able to offer some prizes. We had like plywood painted Easter eggs around the park. So with COVID, you didn't have to stand in a crowd. You could drive through or bike or hike through an outdoor environment and find Easter eggs. You take your picture with the eggs and you send them to our website, and then all the successful pictures will be thrown in a hat at the end to win some fabulous prizes. But there is a bonus pre-hunt question. Now, the Easter egg hunt actually started last Friday, April 1st, and it'll go through Easter Sunday. But there is a bonus question to tell you a little bit about what's going on. And it says, my name was originally Waterworks Park. I am well known and loved for my large white pines. No matter your transportation of choice, my loop provides a great destination to see all the parts of the park. My namesake, a Polish immigrant, was the inventor of an automatic cradle for children. What city of Stevens Point Park am I? And I'll give you a hint. It's near the river.
Hence any mode of transportation.
And Waterworks Park should be a clue.
And Waterworks Park. That is true. Not the property from Monopoly.
Definitely not.
Definitely
no, it's going to be more than $150 to buy this one.
So if people, again, as you said, you want to participate, you want to get outside. Who doesn't want to get outside? Well, not today as we're recording this, but hey, we are getting to that time of year where it's time to get outside and start stretching the legs a little bit. This is a great way to do it and see everything that Stevens Point has to offer.
Right. Well, Mother Nature is really dragging out that winter. So I hope we have a pretty fabulous spring and summer.
I think we're in for it. And again, I think it starts this weekend, trivia contest in Stevens Point. Before we let you go, again, I said we're going to get to it. We're going to get to pop culture trivia. Okay. This 2010s superhero film about a god featured a cameo from an actor who once was known for playing cards. Name the actor.
The actor that was known for playing cards.
He was known as a bit of a card shark.
Well, I got to believe the movie you're talking about is Thor, right?
Part of it.
Actor for playing cards. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, you know what? Matt Damon?
Matt Damon?
Is it a Matt Damon thing?
Matt Damon and his cameo in Thor Ragnarok.
It was. All right. Well, there you go.
not that I'm applying to be the new question writer, but for those of you that didn't get it, Matt Damon played a card shark, and was it the 1994, 96 film Rounders, alongside Ed Norton, who at one time was the Hulk, and Femke Jameson, who at one time was Rogue, or excuse me, not Rogue.
It's all about going around the world.
Yeah, exactly. She was.
Funny you should talk about superheroes, because last week, Create Portage County, which is a group in town here, did this thing they're calling Think and Drink, and they ran it at Goose on Main Street. And the topic of the discussion was Batman, hero or something else. So they got together over drinks at Goose, and they discussed whether or not Batman is a superhero or something else. I mean, depending on your perspective, just like the Karate Kid, some people think Johnny was the hero of the movie.
That is true. That is true. Well, we always appreciate the time. Again, good luck in trivia. And I know I came up with a good one there, but again, don't think that I'm trying to write the questions here. That's just one I was able to come up with.
Well, Michael, if you're bored this weekend, swing on by where the Franklin Street burnouts, and Absolutely. You know where my house is. So we'll
Absolutely.
See ya.
We appreciate the time. We'll chat again next month.
See ya.